Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
Yeah. Cappuccino Meeks.
Cappuccino Meeks.
Must be Sunday night.
So, boy, man, I can't unwind until Sunday night arrives. Like, even the weekend comes, and I still got so much shit going on.
That's amazing.
We got to get to Sunday night, man.
Got to be Sunday night for it to be real. What's up, homie?
Oh, man, running and gunning this weekend, dude. I mean, football season has hit. You know, my oldest is playing football, and it is just taking over my family's lives.
Yep.
Football game on Friday night, football game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, football game on Friday night was a high school.
Yeah.
And then, you know, seventh grade football was today, or was Saturday at 5.
Yeah.
Came away with the W, so that's good.
That's dope.
And, yeah, man, kind of, you know, feeling good, but just running hard, you know, ripping and running, all that.
Good shit.
Is that all I got going on? Oh, no, we got one more big thing going on.
What's up?
Maybe I should ask you about your weekend first.
I'd rather not.
No comment?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Only thing, I think my highlight of the week was starting a new gig on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to you, my man.
I did a
Beautiful.
3-day bid with the new gig. So,
yeah.
So far, so good.
Everybody's happy. I heard they announced they announced your arrival.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, and they have treated me like the Prince of Zamunda since I've been there. So it's been cool. Yeah, bitches throwing rose petals and shit everywhere I walk. It's crazy.
Did you get the royal bath too?
I haven't gotten that yet.
You waiting on that?
And I haven't seen anybody I want to get in that tub with yet either. So I'm cool on that. But it's so far so good.
I have a date with Lisa.
So far so good, man.
Greatest movie of all time,
no doubt.
Definitely top 5. So
yeah,
anyway, glad to hear that, man.
Appreciate it.
So let's see here. First, real quick, big rest in peace to Mac Miller.
Man.
Oh my God, just a brutal blow over the at the end of the week.
Oh, that was that came from nowhere.
Very tough.
Wow.
So peace to Mac, peace to his family and friends.
No doubt.
And you know, hold your head, y'all. It's that's a big loss.
I already requested Pet Sounds tonight.
Yes,
I hope we get that in the mix.
I have it queued up.
So thank you.
We're gonna get that in. We're gonna get that in. All right. And the second announcement, on a lighter note, is that if you've been watching the social medias and the internets, we actually announced our A3C showcase last week.
Unbelievable. So
if you're in the A on Friday night, or if you're in town for the whole thing, make sure you come check out me and Meeks. We will have our hosting hats on for this show. We're not performing. Man. We're not. I'll probably end up DJing somehow.
Yeah.
But actually, I take that back. I'm doing a set with J57. But anyway, long story short, big showcase, Bumpy Knuckles, Kev Brown, J57, Camouflage Monk, Billy Esco, The Architect, Jay Cyanide, Day Tripper. Did I hit everybody?
We're gonna keep the rest of it on
and then we got a crazy
special,
TBD.
Yeah.
All right, that we're gonna announce. We'll hopefully roll out here the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So anyway, we're super excited. Piece of Speakeasy Promotions for getting down with us on this one.
Homie, what the inbox has been looking like? Mine been kind of quiet, man. Your shit crazy.
My social media, my DMs have been fucking nuts. I think somehow or another they figured out I'm the head on this thing. I'm the transformer head on this jump. And they're just bugging the shit out of me, but that's okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
It comes with it, right?
Could be worse, right?
Could be
nobody gave a fuck, you
Definitely.
know? So anyway, we're super excited. That's on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so come into town on Thursday night. I think they got a dope show with J-Mo Gang and Shabam Sadiq and Mega Ran on Thursday at the Earl.
Yeah.
So come in on Thursday, check out that joint.
Yep.
Hang out in the A on Friday. Come check us out Friday night.
Yeah.
And then get ready for all the big boy shit on Saturday and Sunday, basically. You know?
No doubt.
So that's at the 529 East Atlanta Village.
Yep.
I think like right up the street, like a few hours before we start, there's going to be an Elzai show. With Daylight and somebody else I can't remember. Anyway, East Atlanta's going to be popping. It's going to be
crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be popping. So come check us out.
Friday night.
Yeah, boy. Friday night. If you got A3C passes, you get in for free. If you don't, you just want to slide through and check out the show, we'll be charging at the door as well, so you don't have to have a pass to get in. So please, come one, come all.
October 5th.
I saw a few fans talking about they're going to hop a flight down here to come catch this joint on Friday.
It sounds like Hartsfield.
Yeah, man.
Jumping.
Got the Southern Vanguard caravan or some shit picking up folks.
Yeah, we're going to have a charter bus picking up everybody that's coming in town for Friday night. Believe that. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, so come check us out on Friday night at A3C.
No doubt.
All right. So Meeks, I'm going to let you handle this interview.
Hey,
because
man.
let me tell our listeners, this motherfucker right here does not get too amped about much, right? At all. Just across the board. Especially when it comes to this hip hop shit. Like he loves this shit. But I mean, he loves it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he loves the music we play every week.
I love it.
But when you get this motherfucker voluntarily talking about an upcoming album or EP or something getting ready to drop,
Dude,
and
excited.
he won't stop talking about it. Yo, you know that's some special shit.
Yeah, I'm so excited, man.
So anyway, Meeks, I'm gonna let you do the intro, and then we're gonna kick this shit off.
Well, shouts out to Easy Mo B, because this is how I found out.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, this is how I found out. You know, Easy Mo B is on Instagram. Let that sink in for a minute.
Oh, he'd be killing Instagram too. Remember when he dropped the fucking? Remember when he dropped the SP1200 disc?
Yeah, he's done that here in Atlanta live too.
In Atlanta,
he's brought the SP1200 disc out and dropped some shit on him. But you talking about the Craig Mack shit?
I am, yeah.
Rest in peace, Craig Mack, for sure. But thanks to Easy Mo B, I know about this gentleman and his project that I've been anxiously awaiting. The title of the project, the title alone got me open. It's his first brick. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could imagine Ace sitting down with Lulu, that type of shit, the first brick, you know what I'm saying? And Ace didn't get a whole brick the first time. He got 1/8 of a key. And he had to come back and check in with Lulu.
Man, paint that picture.
My man Rasheed Chappell is about to drop his first brick on the 14th. And we all here for it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and hoes, niggas and bitches, the one, the only, Rasheed Chappell, son.
Yo, y'all are wild right now.
Yo, I'm trying to... Peace, Rasheed. You good?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm feeling good, man.
That's what's up. Where you at right now?
Right now, I'm in Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey.
I'm just relaxing. I've been getting a lot of... We did the Sway in the Morning a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Getting crazy love and feedback from that. So I'm just kind of relaxing, prepping for this radio run we're about to go on.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we're glad to have you, man. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, Rasheed, God, man, I got so many questions for you, but I guess why don't we just tee up what the first brick is about? Because let's see. Well, our mix show will drop on Tuesday. You sent us some exclusives. Thank you very much. This interview will drop on Thursday. So on Friday, when folks get the first brick, what can they expect?
Okay, well, those who are familiar with my work, we put out an album in 2011. Myself and producer Kenny Dope, who, if you're familiar with any genre of music, you know who Kenny Dope is.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
And that was in 2011. We dropped a project called Future Before Nostalgia. And so the follow-up project to that was supposed to be an album entitled Brick and Mortar, which we began working on. We got Cornel West on the album, Raheem Devon. We got all types of shit going on with that album. But because the scheduling and everything like that, was just taking longer than anticipated. So the climate being what it is, was like, yo, man, we got to put something out. And so Brick and Mortar is the follow-up, and every foundation begins with a first brick.
No doubt.
So when they hear this album, they're going to hear almost like if you thought Future Before Nostalgia was kind of like, somebody showing off their wound, this is showing you with the scar. This is showing you how it was created. You know what I mean? This is showing you, this almost like a prelude to everything that made me write the rhymes that I wrote in Future Before Nostalgia.
Nice.
Oh, interesting. Nice. So, Rasheed, going into Future Before Nostalgia, did you have that vision already back then, or is that something that's kind of developed over time?
Well, I think Future Before Nostalgia, I shouldn't say I think. Future Before Nostalgia was more of a collaborative effort between myself and Kenny. You know, we sat down and we kind of pieced out every single song. It was more like a showcase of, you know, rapper, MC, and producer, kind of showing what we could do artistically. I made a conscious effort going forward that the next project that I would do would be a lot more personal. You know what I mean? So First Brick and or Brick and Mortar was going to be something that was more, you know, almost autobiographical in a sense. So we kind of stripped down some of the production and, you know, we just kind of went beats and rhymes and kind of just telling my story and the stories that I saw, you know, growing up.
Gotcha. Yo, man, the visuals, just the little bit of the visuals that you dropped out there have been amazing.
The trailer got Meeks wide open, man. Like
for that first joint, I see the intimacy you trying to bring to the table, man. Was that hard for you, or is that just something you've always wanted to do?
I'm gonna be honest, man. Like where I'm from, I'm from a very small city, right? It's called Passaic, New Jersey, right? Mm-hmm. It's about 3.2 square miles, one high school, one middle school, and there's been a few people from my city to pop. You may have heard of like K-Def and Larry O.
Oh yeah,
There was a group when we were in school called World Renowned. David Cole from CNC, David Cole from CNC Music Factory is from Passaic, but no one was telling, in my opinion, our story.
Right.
So I took it upon myself to tell our story. And so these stories that I'm showing you, like, they have to be I want to give faces to these people. Is one thing for me to shout them out in the record. It's one thing for me to spit a rhyme and you kind of envision in your mind what I'm talking about. But visually, I wanted to actually put it right in front of you. And I was blessed enough to hook up with these brothers, Will and Dan from Foundation Digital Films, man. And they were able to capture just about, you know, word for word, everything that I'm saying. And it's just been a blessing.
Man, I'm telling you, it's very in your face. The first one I saw was in black and white.
Okay, yeah.
What's the name of that joint?
The trailer. That was the trailer. That was from my Epic, and that song, you know, for me, kind of encapsulates,
man,
you know, what the feeling of the album is about. Black
and white footage, back of a pickup truck. Looked like it was cold out that day.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
It was freezing.
So you can definitely feel that. But then you kind of come to a more hard rock visual that's just dropped about a week and a half ago. In color. It stood
101.
out. Yeah, it stood 101 stood out for me. One of the lyrics stood out for me in that clip because it was something we used to talk about in my dorm rooms when I went to school up here in Marietta, GA. We had the AC heat unit in the room. Okay. So one of my mans had a popular room, and everybody used to like to congregate and hang out in his room, drink beers and whatever, talk shit or whatever. But eventually it would just get too hot in the room, right?
Okay.
So he would be like, you know, cats start rolling out, and I might be like one of the last cats in there to roll out. He'd be like, yup, knocking niggas off, knocking niggas out. So that stood out for me. And I just got excited all over again, man. And like John said, man, I'm at a point right now with this rap shit, man, that it ain't a whole lot that's keeping me involved, you know. But to see someone like you and the following you have behind you and the support you have behind you, and the fact that you bringing something that's fresh and exciting, I can get excited about that. I can get behind that. So salute to you, man. It's just refreshing to see it, and I appreciate you for that, man.
Wow, man, that means a lot, and not to be overlooked, man. Like you said, like salute to Easy Mo B, you know, because he doesn't have to do this. You know what I mean? He didn't have to. I didn't solicit him and ask him to put anything on his page, whatever the case may be. I've been blessed that when I came in 2011, like my first show, I actually opened up for Rakim for Lord Finesse's birthday party. Like he took a liking to what we were doing, and he invited me to come rock at his birthday party. I opened up for him and Rakim. And it was just like, you know, and from that moment on, it's like, you know, like the OGs have, I guess, seen that I have a genuine love for the culture and the craft.
It's
like
real.
I don't take any bars off. You know what I mean? Like I don't take any words off. So it was like, yo, like I'm committed to trying to be the best artist that I could be. And I always pay homage to those that came before me. So they respected that. And they've just been showing me love, and it's greatly appreciated, man.
That's real.
So Rasheed, to go back to that that particular moment in time, like how did you find yourself there? Like what's your real story, man? Like how did you find yourself in the middle of all this literally like legendary shit almost? I mean,
instantly,
I know it,
man.
Yeah, I know it. I'm sure it wasn't, you know, out of the gate, or, you know, how did that happen? Like, you just don't make records with Kenny Dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I was, Kenny is primarily, you know, known for his house and his funk type music that he does. But he was working with a label, Strictly Rhythm, and, you know, they have different producers that work there. And I was working with this kid by the name of Malik. And so I'll never forget, like, Malik was like, yo, man, I'm going to give your stuff to Kenny Dope. I had no idea who Kenny was. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I was trying to get a deal at Fat Beat. So I'm like, you know, I don't care. You know, give it to who you want. And so he gave it to Kenny, man, and Kenny liked it. Like, it's the weirdest shit because, you know, I have been rhyming for a long time. Like, you know, I've been, you know, rapping since, you know, forever, pretty much, since high school. And so I remember when we got together with Kenny, the first day I met Kenny, he was with Terry Hunter. They had just came off tour. We went like record shopping and shit, and we just kicked it. And so like when I was a kid, like, you know, World Renown was popping. And so I was like trying to rap back then. And I remember going up to Marley Marl's house and rapping for Marley Marl and you know, thinking that I would get on back then. And so like, I don't know how the story got out, but he was like, yo, I heard you know my man Marley. And I'm like, yeah, I met him years ago. I met him a couple times after that. They used to do the radio show out of his crib. Yeah. And I used to go up there and spit my rhymes and shit. And so like me and Kenny talking. And so you say, was I just thrust into this right away? I said, I had this idea for a song with somebody doing a beatbox. And our very first fucking session, Kenny has Biz Markie in there doing a fucking beatbox for a song that, like, right from the rip.
Out the
first
gate.
Session.
What the fuck?
Our first session was me, him, and Biz Markie. That was our first session, bro. And it was like, yeah. And from there, it was, you name them, like, it was just crazy, like from day one.
So why did you guys connect like that, Rasheed? Like, what was it? Do you know still today?
I mean, we both had, like, I'm a music fan, you know, like one of the, like, you know, I grew up in a household, like, you know, many people call it dysfunctional, a lot of abuse, drug addiction and shit like that. But one of the things that my mom gave to me was this love of fucking music, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I could come home and I would know what the mood of the house was just by what record she was playing. Oh, wow. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she would sit me down, right? And I'll never forget, like, we would fucking read the lyrics inside of the album covers because my mom collected vinyl.
Yeah.
Right. So we would sit and we would watch. I mean, we would read, and just I was infatuated that this little fucking metal piece on the end of an arm could fall down on a piece of wax and they create these feelings. Right. Yeah, so it was all types of music. It was soul music. It was fucking R&B music. It was funk. It was my dad with his jazz shit. So I'm a fan of music. So when me and Kenny got together, and you know, our genuine fandom for music is a thing that connected us. And plus, like, I don't know how to, you know, like, I've watched a lot of other people's mistakes, whether it be drinking or alcohol or drugs or women or gambling or, you know, being a dick, no matter how talented you are. Yeah. And I didn't want to go that route. So I was like, okay, I'm going to treat this shit like a profession. So, like, I remember the first time I went to the studio, he was bugging. He was like, who you with? I'm like, well, nobody else is rapping on this record. Just me. You know what I mean? Like, and he, you know, he took a liking to that.
Yeah.
And, you know, the vibe was just right. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm a perfectionist. Like, I can take criticism also. Like, to me, on Future Before Nostalgia, I think my favorite record might be the song called The Genesis. Yeah. And I remember doing that particular record. And like Kenny, like I fucking spit 2 verses. I did a hook, everything. And Kenny let me record the whole shit. And he was like, that's not it, bro. Take the beat home write to it, and come back. And I wrote like 2-3 days later, and it came back to me. Is my favorite song on the album. So I can take criticism. You know, I'm not a fucking egomaniac as it pertains to, you know, my work. And it's just like, yo, like, I'm about business. Like, I come to work. Like, I come to have fun. Like, my favorite part of this session is actually the mixing, because I don't got to do shit but sit there and listen. So I try to get my, you know what I mean? I get my rhymes out the way, and then we chill after.
Yeah. Nice.
So what is it like when you're in a room? I hate to keep asking about Kenny, man, but this is like
that's my man.
This is the DJ and producer, you know, side of me is. Well, what is it like in the lab with that guy? Like, have you been there to see like a beat from beginning to end? Like, what is that?
Absolutely.
What's that? What can you comment? Like, what's that like? Like,
I don't want to give too much of his secrets away, but like Kenny's a beast. Like, Kenny's a straight beast. Like, the first single that we released in 2009 is this record called Dope Music. The B side is Resurrection, right? Yeah. So we're in the studio. We're literally in the studio. It's me, Kenny, the engineer. My lead was the producer that introduced us, and I don't know who else was there. But Kenny is so, you know, his vision is so tunnel. Like, I'm in the room. I'm in the vocal booth. Recording another song. Kenny is literally has his headphones on with his MPC, and he's banging out another beat as I'm recording another record. The recording is done. He takes one ear out. He listens to what I just recorded, and he's like, all right, that one is dope. Here's another one. And so it was almost like, oh shit, like I got to make sure I got rhymes on deck. And I was never really a write in the studio type guy. I was kind of like, give me the track, let me sit with it. I mean, you know, but like learning that process of sitting down and, you know, learning the process of, you know, again, not to fucking name drop or anything like that, but, you know, I've worked with Raheem DeVaughn also. Yeah. And my first time meeting Raheem DeVaughn is Kenny's in the studio, and they're working on one of Raheem's albums when he was signed to Jive. Yeah. And he's like, he plays me a record. I'm like, yo, that shit is dope. And Raheem is like, yo, you think you could write something for this? I'm like, what the fuck? I just walked in. I just didn't say like, what's up? Like, you know, and that was my first introduction to, you know, so I went in, I wrote something and I laid it down and, you know, I was just like, wow, this shit is crazy. Like, everything is just like, yo, let's go. Yeah. And Kenny has never treated me like a new artist. Right. Like, he's never treated me like I got to show you the ropes and show you how to do this. He's kind of like, yo, what do you think about this? How do you feel about that? Well, I have an idea. Dope. He's like, all right, let's do that. But as far as his production, like the way he goes about the production, like, he's a fucking scientist. Like, Kenny dope, right? Yeah. He's fucking dope. Word, yeah. How do you cook dope? Like, you don't just buy dope. You got to cook it up. There's a whole process. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's definitely that.
Yeah. Yo, so Rasheed, have you made that part of your arsenal now? Whereas, you know, you're usually the type to have to sit with the beat, go home, what have you. Is it more comfortable for you now to write in studio?
I can write in the car. I can write in the studio. Yeah. I can write on the way to the studio. I can write in the elevator. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could piece it together in the booth once I have the concept, you know, and I learned that from watching Raheem, because he doesn't write anything. Okay. He finds the melody and then he sings it out until he has the song. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, there's nothing that I can't do writing wise at this stage in my career.
Is it seamless for you? Is it a situation where probably you and maybe only you could tell, yo, I wrote that in the studio, versus, nah, he took some time with that one. I think he sat with that one for a minute, or is it seamless?
There's no way you would be able to tell. That's because even in the studio, I take my time. Yeah. I'm in no rush. Like, I'm a fan of literature also. Okay. I'm a fan of a good record, right? The things that make Motown records stand the test of time is they give you a beginning, a middle, and end. Exactly. And that's what I try to give you on each verse as well as each song. So I take you on, you know, like even with good production, right? If you listen to, you know, Coltrane, right? He gives you a beginning, middle, and end. Like, he takes you on a journey within that 6-7 minute, you know, song. And that's what it's about. You know, like, it's not just throwing words together and seeing what sticks and what sounds clever, but take me up, you know, take me down, bring me back up, and ride me out. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I always try to do. Dope. With my music anyway.
So, Rasheed, what can we expect, like, sonically, I guess, from the EP then? Is this like
Crimeapple, DJ Scratch, Lil Fame, recognize the guard, Wreck Ali, Daniel Son, Napoleon Da Legend, Hus Kingpin.
That's a dumbass question. I'm sorry. I retract that question. I'm sorry.
Kenny, tell. I think what he wanted to ask you was, what was this process of putting this EP together like?
Yeah.
It was cool. Like, Scratch worked on the first album.
Okay.
So, like Scratch, once the opportunity became available again, when we found the record that Scratch would make sense on, it was easy. Like, okay, boom, called up Scratch and Scratch did his thing. But as far as like Crimeapple and Daniel Son, like that particular record is one of my favorites. It's called Aiding and Abetting, right? And that record came about.
Nice title, man.
yeah, the title, right? Think about called Aiding and Abetting, right? So,
we fuck with Apple and Daniel and all those guys, right? Like big time. So I can just imagine that shit's got to be
crazy,
fucking nuts.
It's crazy.
All bullshit aside, right? Like I again, I'm not an ego guy, right? So I remember going to the studio and laying down my verse, right? So I laid down my verse. I'm like, okay, boom, this shit is cool. And Daniel Son, we got like, I'm gonna tell y'all another secret too. But Daniel Son sent his verse, and I was like, oh, this shit's fire. Like, okay, this might be something. And then Crimeapple came in, and I had never met Crime. My manager is DJ Eclipse, so he keeps me hip to, all of the new music and shit going on, because I be in my own little bubble sometimes.
Yep.
And he put me on a Crimeapple. Like, he literally gave me a list of 7 MCs. I was like, yo, these dudes are dope. You need to check them out.
Wow.
Daniel Son, Crimeapple was at the top of the list.
Okay.
So I'm like, I bet. Like, they fucking nice. They would fit perfect for this idea that I got about this record. Boom, boom, boom. Crimeapple comes in. He absolutely fucking bodies this record. Absolutely catches the fucking homicide. Like yellow tape in the booth, everything. Daniel Son, fucking did the ultimate alley-oop. Prime fucking finished them off. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, okay, so what's not gonna happen is they're not gonna be saying that I got bodied on my own shit. Like, that's not gonna happen.
I was about to say, because it's a chalk outline coming at some point in this story.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's
absolutely.
not you though. I know that.
What I had to do was like really sit and say, okay, how do I make this record better? Because it's not just about the names you could get, but how do we make the best record? Because Crimeapple and Daniel Son already have dope records together.
Right.
So Rasheed, what are you going to do to enhance it?
Right.
And so that writing process was so fucking dope, because I remember like my first session, I told you, was with Biz Markie, and he was giving me tips and shit about the Juice Crew. And he was like, you got to keep other niggas around you that's sharp to keep you fucking sharp. And that was a testament to that. You know what I mean? That was because I was the new guy in 2011 when the album dropped. Now I'm the OG to them. So they're looking at me like, yo, I like your shit, boom, boom, boom. And it was like, okay, bet. And I just had to, sharpen the blade. And I can't wait till people not only hear the record, but see the video also. Like, shit is dope, man. Like, it came together like, it was amazing. Like, trifecta, bro. The holy fucking trinity.
Nice.
So you do a video? Did you do a video for every joint on this EP, man?
That's the secret I was going to tell you. Yes, I did.
Shit.
Oh man.
So if you look at 101, and if you look at the video that just dropped over the weekend, Shorty Rock, Part 1.
Part 1.
Yeah,
Part 1.
Exactly. And wait, I think in the trailer, isn't there a setup in the trailer for Shorty Rock, Rasheed, or vice versa? Like at the end?
Yes. And which trailer? The one that I just dropped this weekend?
No, the trailer, like the original trailer. I think there's like a little setup at the end, isn't there, for what happened in Shorty Rock, or no?
No. But it all ties in. Like once all the videos are released, I want people to watch them from track 1 to track 10.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay, so maybe it's the end of 101. Maybe 101 is there's a preview. I thought there was. I don't know. Anyway, but this is all going to tie together, basically.
Yeah, yes, it will.
All right, beautiful.
It will all
hey, Rasheed, going back to the recording process for the EP, man, was it, did you work with everybody in studio, or did you have instances where people flew their verses in, or how was the rest of the recording process?
The only song where everyone wasn't in studio was the song on the album. I don't even know if the track listing has been released yet, but the last song on the record is called Kingsman, and that song includes Recognize Ali, Hus Kingpin, Napoleon Da Legend, and Lil Fame. And so, Recognize is in Ghana, so he had to send his in.
Okay.
Right.
And Hus is in Cali, so he had to send his in. But for the most part, like Fame, Fame told me he wasn't going to do the record unless I had a drink with him. And I don't drink. So I was like, yo, I don't drink, but let me bring my man here. And my man came through and they got lit. And, watching Fame do his thing in the studio, was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like his creative process and the way he goes about his ad libs and oh my God, yo, when you hear this record, listen, I'm not a horn blower. I'm not a horn tutor. I'm not a, look at me type guy, but this record and shit.
Man.
Oh Lord.
Recognized as a beast.
Yeah.
Hus is style for days.
Yeah.
Napoleon is a marksman with his shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you got the fucking the Silverback 8 coming at the end, with Lil Fame, and then you got me on there. You know what I mean? So
dude, I can't take it, man.
It's crazy.
I can't handle
the record is fucking crazy.
I can't handle it, man. I really can't.
Like that, like Meek, the shit is dope.
Nah, man, I can't. Dope. I can't handle it, man. I can't handle it.
Yo, Oh, the best thing is that Rasheed sent us some joints, right?
Oh,
that the world hadn't heard yet, but he didn't send us those.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting those. I wasn't expecting the shit we got, but we got some shit though. But I knew I wasn't getting. Yeah, I knew we wasn't getting that.
I'm fucking with you, Rasheed.
Nah, we gonna get it though.
Well,
we gonna get it the right way too, Rasheed.
No one knows this. I haven't shared this with anyone.
Okay.
So I didn't share this with Sway. Today, so there's a remix, like the I think the next video that we're releasing is a record called Street Corner Shit. And there's a remix to that record that when you buy the vinyl, you'll get. It's not going to be available digitally. You can only get it when you buy the vinyl. It's going to be an exclusive 45. And the remix is Street Corner Shit with Vinny Paz and Ill Bill. And the shit is like, it's bananas.
Yeah, we played a Vinny Paz joint on the last episode that was as rugged as rugged could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vinny's one of our favorites here. Yeah. Yeah.
He brings that. Like it is a record. I've been, I've opened up for them a couple times, and it's like, I just had to find the right record. Like I'm not a guy, like when you listen to Feature Before Nostalgia, there's no one on it but me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a guy that just gets features because I can have a feature.
Because you got access to them. Yeah, it got to make sense. No doubt.
Yeah. And so, we doing a remix. Well, it only makes sense to get the two OGs that let me open up for them at Knitting Factory. Let me open up for them up in the fucking packed house up in Boston. Okay, that only makes sense.
Yeah,
and we got OC on the hook. Like,
oh shit! God damn.
Yeah.
We talking to a great one, don't you? We talking to a great one right now, man. Y'all better the world better get ready, man.
I know.
The world better get ready, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. One song at a time, whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? Just get ready.
So Rasheed, so this is going to be the setup for Brick and Mortar. What the fuck is Brick and Mortar going to sound like, dude?
Listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. Brick and Mortar, in my opinion, like I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm not even gonna front. Like listening to the music on Brick and Mortar, it is you get to know Rasheed Chappell, the person, the man, the struggles, the hardships. Like it is my most personal work to date. I've been blessed to have Dion Farris on the album. Raheem Devon's on the album. Like I said, I got Dr. Cornell West is on the album. We have some fucking magnificent musicians that played on the album. Kenny was in his bag sonically. It's just is just incredible. Like brick and mortar is like, you know, let's say this album does nothing, you know, no one takes notice to this album, you know, which fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I think that is the album that kind of lets people know, like, okay, this guy is not just a rapper, this is like a musician.
Right.
You know, I mean, this is an artist. Like he's also like, I bear it all on that project.
No
you
doubt.
know what I mean? Like from the first track to the last record called Dream, like I bear it all. You know, Milano Constantine is on the album, Rosewood is on the album. You know, but everything had to make sense. That's why it took so long. Everything had to make sense. Like I got to tell a whole story chronologically. So it just had to make sense, man. And so the finishing touches now, and it's like, yo, like that's the next move.
That's what's up.
So what made you get so decide to get so personal, Rasheed? Something happened in particular, or was it just a feeling that you had that, you know, it was time to do that?
The music, like, you know, the music talks to me. I listen to, you know, my process of writing is not necessarily what I want to say, right? You know, every now and then, you know, we write these braggadocio verses or whatever the case may be. But like when I listen to the music, I really like listen for the words. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to the music and where the music is taking me, and then I draw from my experiences that fit those like the words fit that feeling, that mood. It's not like I sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write a song about. Like, no, like I listen to the music and the music draws that out of me. And that's, you know, as we got to song 6, song 8, song 9, it was like, yo, this is some brick and mortar shit. Like this is the this is the shit that, you know, because the whole concept is the brick is the things that are thrown at you. You know, this is the shit that, you know, you could either build with the brick or you could fucking use it as a tool or use it as a weapon. But the mortar is what holds you together. You know what I mean? So the mortar is the people, places, experiences that held you down when these bricks was being thrown.
Yo, I feel like I'm talking to a novelist right now. Like,
well, yo, and just the unintended references to that. I mean, from a music industry perspective and where things have gone now, and like, you know, Kenny's history, obviously, and your history with just, you know, being a music lover, and God, man, it was dope.
Yo, Rasheed, looking at the notes, man, I'm reminded of a joint from about 8 months ago that we played. I don't know if it was 8 months ago when we played it, but we definitely played the joint, the Bridge freestyle with Crimeapple. Okay. And you got Crimeapple on the EP. Can we expect a Crimeapple Rasheed Chappell something down the line? Is that a possibility?
I'll put this into the universe. What I would like to do, like I would like to do a full project with me, Crimeapple, and Daniel Son.
Yeah.
Like after listening to, you know what? I'll let you hear the record. You know what I mean? I'll let you hear the record, and you tell me if you think that would be something that the people want to hear.
I don't even have to hear it. I'm sorry. Like, we could skip that step.
Hey, look, Rasheed, look, dude, look, man, look, you don't understand. Like you're
he has
talking
no clue, does he?
Yeah, you're talking to two of the biggest Crimeapple, Daniel Son, Ason Eastwood, Future Wave, Buck Dudley. Fucking all that real rugged raw shit that's popping right now, man. That is what we fuck with here, man. So we get it.
Yeah,
like
it's just so dope to see. You know, God, I was surprised, man, when that Bridge freestyle dropped. Just got kind of seemingly out of nowhere.
Man,
so
that shit was hard, man.
But it makes sense with the Eclipse because Eclipse is a big
right.
He's a big proponent of all those guys, like you mentioned. That makes a lot of sense.
No doubt.
And that happened. I was in there, you know, like when I dropped that, I had dropped a couple like freestyles over some static joints.
That's right.
And so like I'm a let's build type guy. I like to be in it. So I invited Crimeapple with me to the studio. We rolled in the car. We chopped it up. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, yo, you got something for this? And he was like, yes, I do. And that happened. And from that, I was like, okay, I know when we do the record, it's going to be dope. And then after that, I was like, you know, the way this sounds, you know, it has to happen organically. Yeah. Like I've always wanted to be in a group anyway. Like that's always been my thing. Like I was a huge New Edition fan, so it was like, oh shit, like if I could be fucking Ricky Bell, I don't always got to be Rob Struggle.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Hold up, you don't want to be Bobby?
Nah. I mean, I would, if you need me to be Bobby, I can be Bobby. But it's like,
you had to have your first
man,
drink to be Bobby now. Come on now. Yeah,
it's about telling a story,
no
right?
doubt.
Like, if I could find some other artists that could, you know, if we could paint that picture together, like, I think that's the illest shit in the world.
Yeah.
That's what made Wu-Tang what Wu-Tang was.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean? Like, you got 9 people bouncing ideas, like, fighting to have the best verse in the booth. Like, that competition.
9 different
like,
stories.
I think, and I think Crimeapple is amazing. I think Daniel Son is amazing. Shit, I think Rome Streets is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I think, you know, there's a lot of dudes out there that's dope. You know what I mean? And this is the era of collaborations, man. Let's body some shit, but it got to make sense.
It got to be right.
Yeah.
It got to be right.
Like, it got to make sense. It got to make sense, man.
No doubt.
Rashid,
got to make sense.
Rashid, how did you and Eclipse connect?
I was about to ask, what is Eclipse like as a manager?
All right.
Yeah, Eclipse. Okay, so there's some lost footage out there that I wish was still floating around on the internet. I did Eclipse's radio show, and the night I did his radio show on Sirius XM, it was Action Bronson and Mayhem Laurent. And so we had what some people call one of the best freestyles that was on, you know, Rappers Out of Control. So, you know, it created a little buzz from there. And I was doing shows locally. And so, like, one day out of the blue, Eclipse called me. And he's like, yo, like, what's up with you? And I'm like, what you mean? Like, he's like, what's your plans? Like, what do you got going on? And we kind of kicked it for a while. And he explained to me that it takes a lot more than just talent. Like, he said to me, what do you foresee your career being with this rap shit? And I was like, yo, man, honestly, man, I would like to have like a fucking a career like fucking Evident, you know, who drops the album and he tours, and you know, he has this fucking, you know, amazing fan base.
That's
and
a great call.
You know, like, and he said to me, Evidence is dope, Evidence is amazing, but why not Nas? And I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, like when he said that, I was like, okay. And then, you know, from there, it's just been a lot of Eclipse putting me in situations to flourish. And like, you know, I'll give y'all some real talk. You know, like there was times when Eclipse actually wanted to drop me as an artist because there was no content coming out. And my loyalty to Kenny, you know, this is the guy that put me in this position, kind of prevented me from, you know, situations. I was supposed to do an album with Apollo Brown. You know, I'm giving it up right now. But like, you know, like there's been situations that have presented themselves where I was like, nah, I gotta stay packed right here. Like, this is the guy that put me on. So this is where I'm hanging my hat. And Eclipse was like, yo, like in this climate, bro, you got to be out here. Yeah. Every day that you're not out here, a new artist is going to come and take your spot. So when you come back, you're going to be 19th on the line when you were 8 on the line before.
Right.
And so I just kind of stuck to my guns. And then we got involved in this process. And he was like, yo, the fucking music is dope. And I was like, yeah. And so like Eclipse he's honest. Like he gives it up. Like he doesn't pull any punches. He tells me, you know, straight up. Like I respect that. Like from where I come from, how I grew up, like you can't sugarcoat shit. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, like that'll get you killed actually where I come from. Like you got to tell me like niggas is around the corner with guns. Don't be like, oh, it's hot out here. Like you got to give it up. Like you got to let us know.
No doubt.
And Eclipse, he the truth, man. Like he runs a tight ship. Like he got my punctuality on point. Not that I was ever like, you know, super late, but like, yo, like you're a professional, bro. So if you got to be there at 9, show up at 8:50.
Yeah.
If you got to be there, like, so like, and I take all that shit to heart.
Sure as shit. I knew you were going to call early. Yeah. I knew you were going to call early, and you did because, you know, because I knew Eclipse called early because we interviewed Eclipse 2 years ago, Meeks? Yeah. And then
Eclipse called earlier, though.
Yeah, Eclipse, yeah, exactly. Eclipse called 20 minutes before the interview.
If we added your lateness, it was the exact same time.
Hey, you know what? We could end this interview right now. Nah, I'm bullshit. Nah, that's real though. That's real though. But
who else did we interview that? Skiz. We interviewed Skiz.
Skiz was super early.
Yeah, Skiz was early, and I was like, that's the school of DJ Eclipse, man.
Yeah,
disciple of DJ Eclipse.
No
absolutely.
doubt. No doubt. Yeah, we appreciate all of it, man, because these Sunday nights, they run real late, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we got to get it in regardless.
Yeah, it's really sad, actually. Like, I expect people to be late, actually. Like, we kind of expect it to be like 9:45, 9:50 before somebody actually calls.
We kind of been...
It's been good
pushed
lately.
away from that.
Yeah, it's been good here lately. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, anyway.
Listen, I want my time respected, so I respect other people's time.
Exactly.
Like, it's very...
No doubt.
That's
very
what it's
simple.
all about. Absolutely.
No doubt.
Rasheed, just how much music do you and J57 have together?
We did what did we do? We did the record with me, Action Bronson, and Matthew Ragazzino. We did the record with me, J57. I'm not. Is he on that record? The Busy Is My Best Friend remix? No, I don't think he's on that record. I just did something for a new project he has coming out. So I think we got like 3 songs. He sent me some tracks for something else that I'm working on. This one is like ridiculous that I can't wait to like pin it down. I just want to find the right way to attack it, but I already got the idea how I want to do it. So we got a couple joints together. J57 is somebody who, you know, I don't have any friends that rap. I don't have any friends that produce. There's people that you're cool with inside the industry, but the way this shit works is like out of sight, out of mind. Or if you pop and if you hot, then everybody wants to be your friend. So I don't play that game.
Yeah.
But J57 is someone who has shown love, like from our very first email correspondence. Like he's been who he is with me, whether he's working with Premier, whether he's doing Jamo Gang. Like he's always been the one that be like, "Yo, Rob was good. How's every?" Like he's been a genuine dude. So he's somebody that no matter what he calls me for, like is done. Like whatever he needs is done. He's a solid dude, man.
Well, just so you know, he speaks very highly of you as well.
Yeah, he does.
So it's obviously mutual. You know what I mean?
So Rasheed, I got a question to ask you real quick, and Meeks, this is a little bit of a surprise for you because I got a text earlier, and I
did Jason I Lathan.
What? No. This is actually no, that's not it. But
what?
Oh my bad. No, I'm just playing.
Oh my! I'm about to take my headphones off and run out this bitch.
Now,
man.
hold on. What?
Like, what? No,
Oh, Meeks is over here. He's falling out. He is collapsed over the microphone.
Yo, I got tears in my eyes right now.
He's dropped his phone. I don't even know how to follow that.
Because I was going to ask you, how did you deal with the thumbs? That's what I was. That was see, you fucking with an idiot over here, Rasheed. You thought I had a crush on Sanaa, did you? Nah, I wanted to know how you.
Like, actually,
I wanted to know how you navigated around them opposing thumbs she had.
Yeah, you are foul right there. Shout out to Stan Lathan.
Shouts out to Sanaa. Shouts out to Stan too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, all right. We got to get this motherfucker back on track. All right, so Rasheed. So I'll just cut straight to it. And if you don't want to tell this story, you don't have to. So I hit Jay earlier, and I said, man, what kind of man? You got to have some crazy story with Rasheed, right? Like I always hit Jay when I'm interviewing somebody.
Oh, Jay got some stories.
Yeah, that motherfucker always has some stories, right? So he told me that you and him and DJ Element found yourselves in a precarious situation at one point together, and all Jay said was just like, 2 Italian guys just fucking got real hype. Can you elaborate on that at all?
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. He told you. Did he tell you the story?
He did not tell me the story. No, he did not tell me the story, but he did tell me that you will tell it the best way, whatever that means.
Okay, so
Talk about getting
In
put
New
on the
York.
spot, right?
Nah, yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Rashid, if you want to punt, you can, man. It's cool. We can edit it out.
No, it's not crazy. It's not.
Okay.
It is crazy.
Okay.
But it's so
Okay.
we were like the circuit in New York is very small, right? And
Okay.
so I don't know if you guys ever had Silent Night on the show, but SK used to have this showcase at this spot called the Grizzly Pear.
Okay.
And so it's on McDougal Street. Streets in New York is tight as a one way. And so I'm driving on the street and like I park like to get out the car. I don't know if I think my DJ, I might have had his equipment or his mixer or something. And these guys hit my car from behind. Right. So they get out the car and, they're all brolic, like, but my father, one of the few lessons that he gave me in life, he was like, yo, they could say whatever they want. They could be loud. They could, as long as nobody touch you, you good. But if they touch you, take their fucking head off. Right.
Right.
They talking all crazy. They talking all wild, and I'm just handing off the equipment. Now, just so happens that J57 and Element is standing there. Right. So they come off the curb. Now these guys have obviously been drinking. They talking all reckless, whatever. And I'm like, Jay, nah, it's cool, whatever. The dude touches me. Right. So he puts his hand on me. Right. So I go from Banner to Hulk. Like, and so, but before I could do the full transition, J57 and 100% frat boy just goes off. And I won't get into, but he just like, yo, and I'm like, I fuck with this guy. This guy is him and Ella. Like these guys are my type of guys because they was watching the whole thing. They was cracking the jokes like, y'all go ahead. But as soon as they saw that it switched, they switched right along with me. And it was like, yo. So, it was a great show after that. We had a good time. But, yeah, that was a wild night, man. And it happened like in 2-3 minutes, man. Like they pulled up. I'm like, yo, y'all were drunk. And the bouncer was like, yo, I saw you hit this guy. Like, carry on. And it happened for a couple minutes. They talking. Then he touched me. I was like, yo, like, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Like, what are you putting your hands on me for?
Yeah.
And then,
Lights out. God damn it.
People wouldn't expect that too about Jay either, right? Because he's super.
I'm sitting over here shocked
super
right
nice,
now.
super nice guy.
Jay Thorough. That's not the only. Jay Thorough.
Man.
Jay is thorough.
Awesome.
That wasn't my only instance of being in the thick of things with Jay.
Awesome.
Now I know Element's crazy as a motherfucker. I know that, right? But
yeah, he was down. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was down. And at this time, but understand, at this time, I don't know these guys.
Right.
We had seen each other in passing, like we were fans of each other's movements, but I don't know this guy. Like, there's no reason for him to be going to bat with me. He don't know me.
And they showed up.
Yeah, when it popped off, I was like, oh, it's on.
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's
a dope story.
You can't ask for no more than that.
First anyway.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you hit the big one first.
Oh yeah,
and it's like,
and the rest will follow.
And I'm not absolutely. And I'm not even on that type of time. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that wants to talk like, yo, man, like chill. You know what I mean? Like I
we don't have to do this.
So it's like, yeah, like I'm not here for that. Like, y'all hit me. I'm like, y'all just bumped me. Like, I don't care. Like, keep pushing, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, why'd you stop? What are you, retarded? What do you mean, why did I stop? Because this is where I'm stopping at. Like, what are you talking about? Why did you stop? He asked me, why did I stop? Because this is where I'm going. You couldn't come around. You couldn't make the turn around me because you drunk and you hit me.
Right.
And you got a problem with me? Like, come on, man.
Oh, God.
Nah.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Great. That was wild.
Thank you for entertaining that story, Rasheed.
Great one.
I hate to put you on the spot like that, but I thought I'd test the waters and see how it turned out. So awesome. Oh, man. Okay. What else you got, Rasheed? The floor is yours, man. Anything you want to get off your chest or say or
I just want to thank you guys for having me. First brick drops on the 14th, September 14th. I hope you guys enjoy it. I want to shout out my entire team. I definitely want to give a shout out to KD for, providing the canvas. I want to shout out the incredible artists. There's going to be a behind the scenes I'm going to be giving you guys in a couple of days about the artists who actually came up with the artwork. Because what you see is actually a picture of a piece of work that's actually carved out of wood. So it's not just some, digital graphic. It's actually a real artist by the name of Will Swink who carves these images, and the shit is like 3 feet by 3 feet, and if you look at the album cover, the clothing that I'm wearing is actually the map of the town, the city that I grew up in, and my projects and everything like that. Everything has a meaning. You know what I mean? So like, if you look into it, you'll see all of that. My graphic artist, Kat McBride, Will and Dan from Foundation Digital Films, my analytics guy, Steve Royster, like my whole squad. Like, this whole thing is a process. Like, it's the music, yes, but to bring it to the level it takes a whole team. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to shout them out. DJ Eclipse and everybody that's been rooting, supporting, DJ Clark Kent, Jazzy Jeff, Spinner, everybody, Classic Material.
Don't forget Easy Mo.
Me love, man.
Easy Mo B.
Oh, Easy Mo B.
Yeah.
Easy Mo B. Absolutely. So I'm just honored, man. I'm in a good spot. I'm feeling good. I'm creative. I'm working on different things right now, and I just look forward. I guarantee you it'll never be 6-7 years before another full-length project comes out. Like, we got things in the pipeline and things that we're working on, and
good to hear.
It's going to be a good 2019.
That's what's up.
Yeah, kudos to you sticking to your guns, man. With Kenny, man, I respect that tremendously, man. That's not easy to do.
Yeah,
who you telling?
Yeah. But man, holy shit, you got some. I mean, the music is just
it's right there.
It's right there, bro. You got it, man. Just keep pushing.
Thank you, sir.
No doubt.
All right, Rasheed, thank you again, my man. All right.
Awesome.
Not a problem, man.
First Brick. It's on Friday.
No doubt.
September 14th. Did I get that right?
14th.
September 14th.
Yeah.
We got some exclusives.
Yeah.
So wait, real quick, Rasheed, what did you send us? Hold on. Let me pull up. Let's see here. Let's see. You sent us. Yeah, you sent us My Epic, which you talked about. That was the cut that was in the trailer that announced First Brick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you sent us Franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that joint real quick, because I don't think anybody's heard this yet.
Just rap. It's just straight rap. Straight break beat, hard rhyme, just beats and rhymes.
All right, beautiful. All right. So if this is the first time you're listening to the interview, go back and listen to episode 179. You're gonna hear some shit. You're gonna hear some Rasheed Chappell. First Brick on Friday. Yeah. Rasheed, thank you, man. Enjoy your week. Good luck to you this week with everything,
to you,
man.
Brother. We got you.
Salute. Appreciate it. Y'all
be good.
Be safe.
Enjoy your night, man.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, brother. Woo. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
God, you know what, man? I appreciate so much somebody that has their shit together.
Yeah, man. And that last little bit about his analytics guy and all that shit.
He's not fucking around.
I'm telling you. He
is not fucking around.
Nah, we just got in on ground level of some great shit that's about to be a part of it, man. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying?
First Brick is right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
The First Brick takes you whenever you just
however you wanna
you just flip you just flip shit from that first one, man. If you get that first brick off, sky's the limit, man.
Crazy. All right.
Man.
Southern Vanguard Radio, y'all. Smithsonian grade twice a week.
No doubt.
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm
Meeks.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, because I was on some
SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Stitcher Radio,
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts. You can find us on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes. South in your motherfucking mouth, man. We got this.
Meeks, though. We out.
Peace.
Peace.